Yeah, hi, I'm Paul. That's paularcher.com. Email prospecting. Now, people like to use the email, don't they, for prospecting, but it can be ever so difficult to measure, and it doesn't always get the right result because people can just delete these things, can't they? So I've got a couple of ideas for you now that's going to help you to send out emails as part of your prospecting, and maybe then you could stop doing so much cold calling, which is a thing of the past now, isn't it? Now, the thing about email prospecting is that you've got to capture the person's attention. So we've got this thing called the 5 steps in a magic email. I want to talk to you about this one. Remember, you're actually emailing somebody in a company, and I'll give you an example as we go through. The first thing you want to do is to have a subject line. Now, the subject line needs to be compelling and interesting for the person to actually open it up. Now, the subject line itself links into the next part, number 2, which is the trigger. The first thing you want to do when you send out this email to your prospect is quickly, one sentence, tell them what the trigger is. Now, the trigger, what's a trigger? Well, a trigger is something which is triggering the customer to want your solution. And this is part of the prospecting process. For example, I'm very much into the mortgage world and mortgage sales. And the mortgage world is increasing dramatically at the moment here in the UK. And I know 1 or 2 big clients, big banks and lenders who are looking to expand their sales force. And there's a big bank near us here who are expanding their sales force to sell mortgages using video technology. If you're expanding your sales force, it means you have a need for extra special training and all those good things. So that's the trigger. And I found that out by keeping my nose to the grindstone, effectively knowing what's going on, and I picked up the idea of a particular client nearby who had this trigger. So what I would do in my magic email, so I understand that you're in the middle of recruiting another 200 sales staff in your operation here at the video telephone contact center. Bang, there's the trigger. Now I want to do is to outline the problem that this trigger is going to be engaging here. So therefore you may well have a need for some advanced sales training using video technology. Okay, so that's the problem that the client has. The next part of my magic email is to outline my solution and then bring in the proof. Now, I've been operating in the mortgage sales world for 20 years now, and recently been working with some clients on video communication with clients, and got lots and lots of techniques and ideas that are latest cutting edge things. So that's my solution. Then I want to have the proof. Just recently been working with a large lender in 2014, and we've produced some salespeople who are highly compliant and achieving some great results. So that's a bit of proof, isn't it? And then have a call to action. Now, the call to action is where you basically want a call to action, really. You could say, for example, I'm attaching a white paper which indicates some of the key skills. Very welcome to read this, and I'll give you a call next week. Or the call to action could be, give me a call. But that's too much really for a client to do. The call to action could be to log on to your website to download the white paper, and they might put their email on there or whatever it is. So that's the magic email. Just to summarise for you then, you've got the subject line itself, you've got the trigger and the problem that creates, your solution naturally, some proof possibly, and then at the end a call to action is what you'll be wanting to do. And the key thing about those emails is you can track them. You can get software now that tracks the email to see when it's opened and what time of the day even. It's quite spooky, quite eerie almost, this software that you can get now. So give me an email if you want to know a bit more about that. So there's some ideas about the magic email. Hope you found that useful. Paul at paularcher.com. Bye.